the left, 3 places around.
Programming.
Oh, yeah, programming, yeah.
So going back to one walkthrough, I think how well you program determines how many walkthroughs you feel like you need for things. And if you program in such a way that your program, the difficulty level and the amount of figures each one builds on the last dance, so that you're not starting from square one every time, especially when you have beginners, then you can get away with less walkthroughs, I think. And I always feel like if I feel like I need a second walkthrough, I either have chosen poorly for the group or I haven't taught it well enough, because I should have been able to do it in one walkthrough. I mean, that's my goal.
Yes.
And a lot of times I'll do 2 walkthroughs in the beginning of the night as I'm getting everybody together. But my goal is always to get to 1 walkthrough and to be able to do the last dance without a walkthrough if possible. Because if I choose the right dance that contains things that everybody's done through the night, then they should be able to do it without a walkthrough. If it's simple and fun, party dance, a party dance.
Mm-hmm.
For the last one. Should always be a party dance, I think. So there's that. And programming, I like to program with a lot of neighbor swings. In fact, I like most all dances to have a neighbor swing, because I think it's important to interact with the community, and that's one of the ways that we do that. I start out pretty simple and build, adding. Usually by the 3rd dance I like to do something with hay in it. A half a hay or a full hay. Working up into that. There's that peak that we talk about. Some of the musicians talked about that with you in the videos, I think. You start out and you build to a peak of difficulty, and then it drops before the break. So that last dance before the break, those new people that have come in should feel successful. So if the peak keeps going up on the difficulty level, right before the break, your beginners, if they're not successful, they're going to be done and ready to go home. But if you want them to stay, you let the peak drop a little bit. And then the peak in the second half is maybe the second dance has some difficulty to it. And then again, it becomes party dances the rest of the way home, just to keep everybody interested. And that could be a difficulty level or an energy level too, although I like the energy to continue to ride at the end, but the difficulty to come down. So it's, it's a peak that crosses at some point.
Yeah,
I could probably draw it. But so, and it changes each night. For me, it changes depending upon what the band brings to the table and what the dancers bring to the table. And my job as a caller is to bring those 2 groups of people together and to bring it into this wonderful vortex of energy that catches everybody and feeds everybody, so that we all get to spin around together, literally and figuratively. But yeah, so there's that. Did that?
Oh, this is really good stuff.